it's your Latina girl, Carmen Contreras. We're celebrating Women's History Month, and I'm all about supporting local business. Hey, Fabiola, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so first of all, I am like so happy to have you on my podcast celebrating Women's History Month because you are the owner of Fab and Fit Foods along with your husband. I want to talk about your success. First of all, congratulations on all of your success because you were able to overcome so many issues, Hurricane
Yeah.
Harvey, COVID, So let's talk about how you started, where you started, and, why you're such a foodie. Why is it so
Oh
important
man.
to, cook so much food and keep us women feeling healthy and looking good?
So I want to say it we started 2017.
Mhm,
If you recall, that was another natural disaster. That was the year that Harvey hit.
mhm,
And we started July of 2017. And it was due to, so I struggled since the age of about 20 with PCOS. I was diagnosed with PCOS. And for
mhm,
those who are not familiar with PCOS, it's short for polycystic ovary syndrome, which
mhm,
causes a lot of like hormonal imbalances in women, and you gain weight very easily, and it's
mhm,
very, very difficult to lose weight. There's fertility issues that go on with that. So I dealt with all of that. I was in and out of doctors' offices. There was different medications that I was put on just to kind of help me. But what I realized during that time, I started doing like meal prep for myself and for my husband.
mhm,
And that changed the game. It was like portioned out, like small portions that we were creating.
mhm.
And I was able to drop, along with the medications and the exercise and stuff, I was able to lose about probably like 60 pounds in a matter of like a year. Um, just with the pregnancies and stuff kind of made me gain some weight, and
Mhm.
but meal prep always kept me in check. So we made sure to, continue that and stay disciplined. And then 2017 came along, and I was like, I was working a full-time job then, but I was
Wow.
doing meal prep on the side. It was like
Mhm.
on a weekend type thing.
So you were
And
working from home
at the beginning, yes.
with the
We were
meal
working.
preps.
Yes, we were
Mhm.
making, and it was small. I think we had like 5, 10 orders at the time,
Uh-huh,
during that time, because I was just doing it for like close family and friends.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
And we started getting, some momentum. We were like, okay, we want to expand. What's the next step? So we rented a commercial kitchen, and we
Mhm.
started increasing our orders like that. And we were promoting on Instagram, we were promoting on like Facebook, and paying, the Google ads and stuff,
Yeah.
little by
Social media
little.
is the way to get the word out
Yes,
and
little by
word of
little.
mouth also.
We saw the growth, and then when Harvey hit in August of 2017, we saw where the convenience of the meals for those people who were left with, homes that were destroyed. They didn't have their
Mhm,
kitchens to cook. They didn't have, so they were ordering consistently with us for like a good, 6 months or so, just in time where their homes can be rebuilt and stuff. And
mhm,
we just
mhm,
saw how we were helping, not only in like the diet portion, like the diet aspect of it, but we were also helping with like convenience of those busy individuals or people
mhm.
like having, home remodelings and stuff. So I mean, it's definitely, we overcame Harvey.
Yes.
And we grew after that. We were in a commercial kitchen for a while. Our orders just started getting larger and larger, and we started getting the idea of like having our own location, think
Mhm,
bigger. We
mhm.
wanted to expand even more. So my husband was like, let's do it.
I
This entire
love it.
time he's been
I
so
love it.
supportive.
I love it.
This
I love it.
entire time.
Well, you know what they say, behind a good man is a great woman. So I
Oh
love that your
man.
husband is, let's go for it. Let's
Yeah,
take this chance.
and so many people ask us like, how is it working with your husband? And like, y'all are, does the business continue? Like when y'all go home, do y'all argue? And I mean, it's definitely been a growing and learning experience throughout the time. We're not perfect. So, we're business partners, but yet the foundation is the marriage. And I mean, he's been so supportive. So I don't think we would be what we are now if
So who's
it
the
wasn't.
boss? Who's the boss? the manager.
I
Both of
think
y'all wear the hats.
I think it's a perfect balance. Like
I love it.
I'm the account, I manage like the accounts and stuff like that. And obviously I do the cooking. So I have a big part in this, but he's like the motivator, like the fuel to my fire. Like when I'm feeling down, because in this business and any business, it's really hard sometimes, and it can get a little stressful. And he's always like, let's go, let's do it. Like, we're doing something great. Let's keep going. So yeah, he's been such a great, support this entire time. And we ended up getting a broker 2019, because we were like, okay, let's look for our own commercial kitchen and let's start there. We didn't think it was going to happen so fast. So October of 2019, we signed the lease. We got this location here in Pearland, and
which is 3695 Kirby. And let me stop you really quick. The word was already spreading that there was going to be like a meal prep business coming to Pearland. And I was like, OMG, this is it. Like I because I live such a fast life doing radio and then doing TV sometimes. So I don't have the time to cook. And my weight does fluctuate. It goes up and down, up and down. Today I woke up a little chunky. Tomorrow I'll wake up a little thinner. So the word was already out. And then I believe I had went to go get some yogurt because you guys are right next to like a yogurt place, a custard place. And I remember I was like, OMG, this is it. I saw, and then we start dealing with COVID. So go ahead.
Yeah, that was definitely a learning experience there, because we're actually filming in the storefront right now. This used to be, I don't know if you had ever seen, but this used to be another type of like yogurt place. It was like a ice cream shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was just, when we walked in, there was nothing. There was only the hand wash station and like a 3-compartment sink. So we have zero experience in like, the commercial kitchen build out, nothing.
Kitchens.
Everything was just like hiring family and friends, researching on the internet, talking to different contractors. So we were doing this all on our own, to try and save some money. This was August of 2019. Then all the contractors, everything was going. We were having good momentum, and the sign was up, the sign that you saw, that Fab and Fit Foods coming. Then the pandemic hit all of a sudden, and contractors it was delayed because they were getting sick. The permitting, the with the city of Pearland, things were shut down. We couldn't get permits in. It was one of those things where we didn't see the end in sight, and we were wondering, was it ever going to happen? Did we work so hard this entire time to like get where we are and then just have it taken from us?
Right.
So it was a lot of praying, a lot of trying to stay positive, on top of dealing with the fears of the pandemic and family members getting sick, just everything. We definitely had to try very hard to stay positive.
Now, are you guys still cooking from home while this is still, while you're trying to still focus on opening the business, but then there's the pandemic? So
no, we were lucky enough to have a commercial kitchen that was open to us. It was like, we would take turns. Like there was different businesses that were cooking out of this kitchen. So we would take turns. We were never like, in the same, they were very strict with their whole COVID policy. We were able to cook from the commercial kitchen, thankfully, during this entire time. That became very expensive, because just rent and all that stuff.
Yes, because I was going to ask you, was the commercial kitchen still going, or did you stop that and start cooking from home?
No, unfortunately, we had rent in 2 different places at this point because, due to the lease. And so it was one of those things. Once we saw that we were going to make it through the pandemic, through just everything, all the obstacles, we were truly thankful, and we realized that this is what we were meant to do. Everything happens for a reason. And if you're able to overcome those obstacles, it's just meant to be. So we were really lucky and just the hustle, trying to stay consistent, make sure that we didn't miss a week with our customers, because they need us too, you
Mhm.
know. But yeah, it was a very good learning experience.
Yeah, and what's very important is that you have a great support team around you, which,
Yes.
your husband, your daughters. Now, do your daughters want to cook?
So yes, the 6-year-old, she's like, "Mommy, I'm almost ready. I want to learn how to cook so I can go help you at Fab and Fit Foods." So
I
yeah,
can actually see like a kid's little meal prep going, I
yeah,
think we
yeah,
can get that popping off.
yeah.
I
She
think
would
that would be
definitely have some
great.
ideas. She would
That is
definitely have some ideas.
great. I'm so glad you guys overcame the pandemic, Hurricane Harvey, because
Yes.
I remember I was literally stalking the building. I was like, when are they going to open? When are they going to open? And my husband's like, we're having a global pandemic right now. I said, I know, but we still have to eat.
Yeah.
I want to start eating healthy. And then one night, I think I was just on the internet and I just accidentally I saw the website and I saw that you could place orders and I placed an order. And it's crazy because I'm about to show you how God works. And I had already passed the deadline. So
Yeah.
I remember calling Monday and I was like, hey, did my food go through? Because I ordered. And your husband was like, wait, who is this? And we started talking. He's like, well,
Yeah.
you think you passed the deadline, but let me take care of you. We
Yeah.
got you. And that's what I love about you guys. It's family oriented. When you walk in, you get that great family energy, and the
Yes.
customer service is just incredible. And
Thank
you
you.
guys have a young lady by the name of Aspen that works there. She
Yes.
is so knowledgeable on everything, and the food is good. When I
Thank
tell
you.
you it is so good, and you're right about certain foods that get you bloated. You start feeling all yucky after you eat, and it's so
Mhm.
good. And the saying, if it's too good, it's not meant.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
saying? If it tastes too good, it's really not meant for you to eat, like all the cakes
Yes.
and all that. But
Something like
what I've noticed about and very reasonable. You guys are reasonable, and what I noticed about the meal preps is I feel so energized and I'm not bloated like you. How do you come up with these recipes? Because I know you once told me you use a lot of herbs.
yes, yes. So I'm Mexican. So you know what, in our culture we cook a lot with oregano and
Mm-hmm.
cilantro, just all these herbs that add so much flavor. I grew up just watching my dad. My dad was a really good cook, is still a really good cook, and my mom as well. Grew around home cooked meals. So I watched, unfortunately, a lot of the, Mexican foods are very fatty, very
Very.
carb loaded. So what I did, and unfortunately, that's what kind of led to my weight gain and my
Mm-hmm.
struggles, with my own health, just by consuming so much of this delicious food.
I know
But I had
tortillas,
to, yeah, I had
tamales,
to,
menudo.
I had to find a way to healthify the meals that I love.
Apologize. That's my dog in the background. I
No,
think
no
she's agreeing
problem.
with you. She's agreeing with you that the Mexican food is so good.
She's like, "Oh yeah, those enchiladas." No, but yeah, I just had to learn how to healthify. Like I like enchiladas. How do we, make them a little bit less carb? Maybe using
Uh-huh.
low carb tortillas, maybe using like a little bit of low fat cheese, just trying to figure out ways, because there's so many ingredients now. Like you go to Whole
Mm-hmm.
Foods and there's like alternatives like sugar-free barbecue sauce. So just
Mm-hmm.
the love of food, the love of cooking made me, and the concern for my health made me,
Mm-hmm.
kind of remake these already delicious meals and just kind of make them healthier.
I
But
just
yeah.
want to know the secret of, like your pasta is always like great. Okay. What is the secret to cooking some great pasta? And I also want to know when you put too much salt, how do you
Oh,
like even it out? Like when look, let me get to all of Houston. Let me tell you, the food is on point. Okay. But so answer those questions.
okay.
Okay.
So the
What
pasta,
is the key
are you
to the
referring
pasta?
to the pasta texture or the taste, or
The
what?
texture,
The
like,
texture. It's just making sure that, the water is boiling hot whenever we put it in there, and adding a
oh.
little bit of olive oil into the water. Make sure that, yeah, I think that's what it is. The olive oil in the
Okay.
water, because it keeps the pasta from sticking together. And it also adds like a little bit of like a softer, it cooks a little bit
Yeah.
softer because it's whole wheat pasta. You know, whole wheat pasta is usually kind of on the tougher side.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you cook it with just a tiny bit of olive oil, you're good
Okay.
to go.
And
Yeah.
what about when something is just like way too salty, or you
Well,
might
the
have
thing
put too
is,
much salt?
you can like look, I'll bring you in next time to the kitchen. You could see
Uh-huh.
there's not a thing of salt in here. Like we don't use salt. So
Okay.
we
No, I'm
some
talking
of our
about as far as when I cook. Like if I had too
oh,
much
when
salt.
you're a cook. Okay.
Yeah.
So you might want, it depends what you're cooking. So if
Okay.
you are cooking like let's say a spaghetti, you know, and
Uh-huh.
you put a little bit too much of the seasoning and it's way too
Yeah.
salty, add a little bit of sweet, something like maybe a little bit of brown sugar or a little bit of honey, you know, to kind of take that out. Yeah. So
That's good to know.
that really helps. Or just adding a little bit, if it's like a sauce that you're making, add a little bit of water to water it down, let it kind of boil up. But the sweet part is always helps. Or
Okay. And
agave.
these are good tips for when I start cooking again. Because when I tell you, Fabiola, I stopped cooking and my husband loves your food. Like we are like loyal to you guys. So I just wanted to highlight you. And one more question.
Yes.
You do all this cooking. So when you go home, do you cook again? Or
Oh, yes. So this happened
do you take a
yesterday.
break?
I do. I enjoy others cooking for me
Okay.
too.
Okay.
I enjoy when my husband cooks for me, you know, like when I allow my mom to cook for me. So those are the moments where I'm usually like, just it's y'all's turn. Like I'm
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
not, I've been cooking all day. Yesterday I was here from, I don't know, like 8 a.m. up
Mhm.
until like 5 p.m. just cooking, and just, you know, pumping out some more meals because our stock was running low,
Yeah.
you know, on a Sunday. So
Which,
yeah.
I walked in there, I was like, wait a minute, the word is getting out. Like, I still need to get my meals.
Yeah. So, and that happens. That was the positive thing. That was the benefit of having our own storefront, is
Mhm.
where we can allow that walk-in traffic, because when
Mhm.
we were renting a commercial kitchen, we weren't allowed that. It was
Yeah.
just like the deadline is a deadline, and unfortunately we couldn't accommodate any more people. But the fact that we opened up our own store, it's like, sure, come on in. Like you missed the deadline, come in on Monday, come in on Sunday, whenever it is. As long as we have meals in the refrigerator, y'all are welcome to come. So that's definitely been a positive.
Give everyone your social media handles, your website, so that they can start following you and ordering meals from you guys.
Yes. So our website is www.fabandfitfoods.com. It's open Tuesdays through Friday. Well, it's actually open all week. So you can pre-order Tuesday through Friday and then pick up your meals on Sunday. Our Instagram is at fabandfitfoods.com, fabandfitfoods at fabandfitfoods. And we also have a Facebook. It's Fab and Fit Foods as well.
And you got TikTok too. We got
And
we
we
got
have a
we got to go
TikTok.
with the movement. We got to go with
Yes.
the movement.
I'm still trying to get onto that TikTok, you know, the whole trend thing. So we've definitely been trying to put that content out there. But the TikTok is also Fab and Fit Foods. When I say N, it's like the letter N.
Yes, the letter N.
FABN Fit Foods. So yeah, and I want to thank you so much for
Thank you.
having me, and I want to let you know that I admire you, your hustle. I mean, you've always,
Thank you.
you know, been that Latina voice for Houston for all these years, and
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
so honored to be on your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. And just wishing you a lot of success and more success. And I think we're looking at your daughter maybe opening or starting her own little meal preps for kids. I think that's a great idea. Okay.
Yes, I support her, and I'll, you know, teach her everything that I've learned. So, I mean, it's a tough road, but as long as you have that passion in your heart and that's what you love to do, I would advise anybody, you know, just go out there, and the least you can do is like, what's the worst that can happen if, you know,
Right.
you want to start this business, this amazing idea? It's like either you fail or you succeed, but you'll never know unless you go for it and do
Right.
it. So
And if you fail, you learn from your mistakes and you just get back
exactly,
up
and
and
get
you
back
keep
up.
going. You keep
Exactly.
going.
And you
You
learn from
know,
those mistakes. So then like that way you can change it up and open up something else or start another business. But it's just always follow that drive in your heart. I think that's the key.
and this is coming from someone that started in a kitchen. You were cooking for yourself, never had the intentions on cooking for others. Then you start cooking for others, and now you're cooking for all Pearland and everybody else.
I have zero business experience. You know, I don't come from a family of business owners.
But
I don't come, you know, my dad he has a very good, stable job, and, you know, just always kind of wanted us to stay secure, you know, like
mhm,
have your secure job, have a 401k, this and that. But I'm like, no, I kind of want something more. I wanted a little something more. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, you know, and see where we go. And then my husband obviously pushing me, that was just what
and
kind
I
of drove
love
everything.
that. I love that. That's like my husband and I. We started our own business also in January. He's a
Oh,
truck driver,
congratulations.
and we did it during COVID. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna start my business, and I said, during COVID, you know, because he worked for the gasoline industry. He's like, yeah. He goes, I've been researching it for the last 6 months, and I'm like, what? And you know, at first I was like, kind of like a little like, I don't know about this. Then I started seeing like the demand with truck drivers,
Yeah,
and I'm like, you know what? Let's go for it. And January 15, we started and we went for it, and we've been going nonstop.
that's awesome. That's
That's
awesome.
why I said it's so important that you have positive
Yep.
people around you, you
Yep.
know, and you are who you hang with. So
Yep.
it's important that you hang around uplifting people that are going to uplift you until you go for it. And if you fall, I'm going to catch you. I'm not going
Yeah.
to let you hit the floor. I got
Yes.
you, you know.
That's
So
very
that's
true.
very important. It's
That's
very
very
important.
true. And just one last thing that I want to add to everything, I have had so much help from direct family. You know, my dad was one of the ones that painted the storefront. We had a very close family friend build, you know, some walls in the storefront. My mom is actually like under my payroll, so she helps me here
Oh, I
at
love
the
it. I
storefront
love
as
it.
well. So it's a very family, you know, they support me, my sisters as well. You know, like we're all helping each other out. If I
Mhm.
need somebody to fill in for a staff member, my sisters are like, I have 5 sisters. So I'm like, I
Mm.
need y'all, you know, y'all need to help me out here somehow. But yeah, we've all throughout this time they've been very supportive as well. So that's a
And
huge
Carmen is
part.
always there helping on
Yeah.
Sundays. She's
Yes.
always there missing out on football games because you don't have no TV.
Oh,
Right. I noticed you don't have a TV in the front. So I said, oh, he's missing out on football games.
yeah. Work would not get done. Work would definitely not get done.
You
Yeah,
know,
no.
we're not going to talk about some of those, you know, top notch clientels, but you do have, you know, some, you know, NFLs,
Yes.
NBAs, you know,
Yes.
so, you know,
We
that's a good thing, you know, that you do, you know, you cater to all. You
Yes,
cater to
yes.
all.
And this has been since the beginning almost. I think a year in we were already signing on with, you know, several athletes were signing on with us. So that was that was a pretty cool, you know, experience to get to meet them and stuff. So yeah,
Congratulations on all your
thank you.
success. Okay.
Thank you
And
so
I
much.
just see more coming your way, sending you lots of blessings, you know.
Thank
So congrats, tell your family, tell everybody, you know, we said hello and thank you for helping you out, and tell your husband, Tim, for, you know, thank you for just the great customer service. You guys are amazing. And that's what I love
you.
about walking into the store. It's just, it feels like family. Everybody, you know, customers walking, everybody knows everybody, you
That's
know, and that's
exactly
why
what
I
we
wanted
wanted.
to
Yep.
highlight you for Women's History Month. And you're the first one on here. So
Thank
congratulations. I was like,
you.
no, I got to get Fabi on here. I got to get
I'm honored.
Fabiola.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored. Thank you.
36.95 Kirby. Make sure you pull up Fab and Fits. Talk to you later, baby girl. Have a good
Bye.
one.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.